I did was I made sure that it had fire. Okay, it's extremely hard to pull over. This thing's got some serious compression, but I made sure it had fire. And if it's, wow, yes, it works. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not smart yet. Okay, how'd that feel?
It's got fire.
I want a rematch. One more.
Toy Day.
My favorite day.
All right, so Alex just loaded up a 79 Trail 70 that we bought here locally. They didn't get to film. He and Zach are big fans of those.
Yeah.
And a 57 Chevy go-kart, which is actually really cool.
Yeah, that's fun to drive.
And that you guys got running and driving. Where I'm going with that is we're going to head out to see Thomas Weeks, who, among many other things, is an expert on mini bikes of all types. One of the first times I did a deal with him was in '81. Went to his house. I think I bought an Austin Healey, and he had a garage full of mini trail 50s and 70s and 90s and all kinds of craziness. And I think it was the first time, maybe not the first time, but one of the few times I've actually seen a rock.
That's cool.
But he's got 2 mini bikes over there that I want to buy, and I'm sure you and Zach are going to want to buy for sure. And I want to show them what we got. Basically, we're going to go learn a bunch of stuff about mini trail 50s and mini trail 70s. Even though we both messed with them, that market has gotten crazy collectible. So you grab your cup of Joe, let's go have some fun with toys. So we know enough about these to buy them when we find them, which may or may not be dangerous. Now what I do know about that one is it's a 79, first year of the motocross handlebars, instead of the fold down bars, which is why they call them monkeys. Handlebars are black, no engine case guard, black exhaust, but the big thing on that one is what?
The special color.
That's correct, first year. And then the 57 Chevrolet, we'll get into that when we're over at Thomas's house. So we're actually going to start a new thing on the board there, which you guys have never seen, and we may or may not show it to you because it's all the leads of cars we're chasing all around the entire world. We're going to start a whole new board for toys. Now, if we buy these toys from you, we're going to try to make the deal from you over the phone and get you paid, but they may sit there for a while. But as we roll through a town, Chicago, St. Louis, or Nashville, Tennessee, or where we roll through commonly, if it's sitting there, we're going to buy it and pick it up while we chase our classic cars. So if you guys got a cool mini bike or a cool mini car that you want to sell, social@cbjeep.com. Let's go see Thomas.
I do have Jeremy Poulsen.
How's retirement?
Huh?
How's retirement?
Yeah, retirement. Yeah, sure. Okay.
What are you doing today?
Well, just are we filming?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on with this.
We're on
Why don't
camera
you back
right
up?
now.
Why don't you back up and start over? 'Cause
No, we're good.
No,
Got
dude,
it.
I'm just doing. I'm not retired. I mean, if I tried to retire, I'd just die. You know.
You're retired.
But one of my questions is what are you doing out here in my neck of the woods? That's
I
what
brought some
wanna-
toys I wanted to show you. And you slipped up 2 weeks ago and told me you had a Rokon over the phone, so you knew I was going to come out here and try
No,
to
he
get
didn't.
that.
I sent you a picture of a car and you saw it in the background. Well, I think you did.
There you go. So that's why I'm here.
He's always working the game. I tell you, I love
No,
this
but
guy.
Alex-
I love this guy. Trail 70.
Alex and Zach have been studying mini bike stuff. I was like, guys, Thomas knows more about mini bikes than
Man.
anybody on the planet. He knows more about mini bikes than JD Pack.
Let me tell you. Okay. Man, you know, I don't know if you realize this or not, but I'll try to teach you, okay, and all you guys can listen. There's a huge history behind this Trail 70. I mean, you know, we knew Honda because of the Honda 600s, the little cars, you know. Well, they were a struggling company. They really was. I mean, they was trying to, you know, get something out there that would work. Well, believe it or not, there was a guy by the name of Mickey Rupp, okay? This guy was a genius. Let me tell you what, and I say guy because he was literally like 17 years old, right? Wow. So what he did was he made like one of the first mini bikes, okay? Is what he did, you know, a little small engine on a bike, right? And by the time he was, okay, from the time he went from 17 to age 21, he was already a multi-millionaire. Now this is back in the 60s, okay? So what happened was kind of his gain is actually what killed him in the end. Okay, you know how sometimes things like that happen. Yeah. Well, what he did was he built a mini bike and he built it better. And, you know, he just kept improving. He was so smart he even hired engineers and things of this nature, right? So what he did was he was really rocking on, man. He was moving into go-karts. He was moving into, you know, all kinds of mini.
Is he the guy that did the twin engine go-karts?
Oh yeah, he was one of them. Okay?
Remember we saw one of those.
Yeah, well, what happened was, okay, is he got so famous, so rich, so famous that Forbes magazine wanted to do an article on him, which happened to be the worst thing in his life he could have ever done. Let me tell you why. Okay, what he did was Yoshimura Honda, or whatever his name was. Okay, he saw this. He saw this Forbes magazine. He's like, what's going on here? And it was all about, you know, mini bikes and all that. So Honda decided. They said, we think we can do it better. Okay. And so they did. They made all kinds of mini 50s, and they made trail 70s and all that. And what the problem with it was is that, seriously, this bike was better than Mickey Russ. It truly was. And that was the depth of it. So we went all the way from literally, you know, zero to hero to back to zero again. It was a terrible thing. But in the meantime, Honda just kept on improving, you know, up and up and up. And I think they made these things all the way up, hell, I think way up into the 80s. As a matter of fact, they got a book I'm going to give you.
Well, I was telling these guys on the way over here, one of the very, very first times, there was a lot of times, I used to go to see your house, talk to your mom and dad.
Yeah.
His parents were awesome. But anyway, one of the very first times I went over, I think it was 81, because I was still at Pierce.
Yeah, it was 81.
And you had mini trail 50s and 70s all over the place, even back then.
Well,
and I chased a few back then, but not like you did. But the market has always been there for these things.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really has never died.
It never died. It's just continued to go up. Yes. If you can find it.
And I mean, okay, there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask you. What are you doing picking mini bikes out here in my neck of the woods is one of the questions.
I'm trying to buy some from you.
You want to buy something from me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that Rokon.
Yeah.
I think the correct pronunciation of that is Rock-On. Did you know that?
I believe that because, well, we'll see this in a minute. The ones I'm familiar with are the trail breakers that were two-wheel drive.
Yes.
Now, I looked at your picture in the back, and yours looks like a one-wheel drive.
It is, and they only made it 1 year.
I didn't know they even made one. So Alex and I looked at a big collection up at Wayne Schmeckley's, and I didn't see any one-wheel drives in there.
No. But yeah, that's right. It's that rare. It truly is. I mean, I did a little background check on it. I don't really like the bike. I think it's ugly as hell, to be 100% honest with you.
You know, I should have known that Rock-On makes sense.
Yeah, Rock-On is the actual pronunciation of it.
Climbing rocks and trails and all that.
Yes, exactly what it is for.
But anyways, we'll see that in a minute.
Did you know the bike will even float down a creek? I mean, there's some crazy, no, really. I know you're laughing about it, but you can lay the bike down.
Engineering stuff.
Right, it's two-stroke. The carburetor is like an airplane carburetor, okay? It doesn't have to be upright like this does with a float bowl. You can really get to a creek, and if you want to run down it, you can just put your arms around it and pull it all the way down.
They'll run upside down.
Yeah, they literally will. They'll run upside down, no joke. Well, because they don't have an oil sump. You understand?
So we'll see.
The oil's mixed with the gas. It's like a chainsaw motor. Yeah. That's what it is.
Well, let's go in there and see that in a minute.
Well, just a minute. What are you going to do with this? I mean, what's going on? Are you an up-and-coming mini bike king now?
Now, you know how I like to put big groups of stuff together? I'm going to put a big group of mini bikes together.
Well, I know if you do it'll be a big group, I guess.
It'll be a big group.
So you're starting with this one? Is this actually what it is?
No, we started with we got a, what year's the 50? The blue one?
Oh, yeah. 72 or 1.
The one that's blue with silver, good color.
Yeah.
Really, really nice condition
well, Dennis, this is kind of like the car business. Now, I want to tell you something. Some of these are worth more than others. Okay?
Yeah, I get it.
There's silver tags. Do you know about that?
No.
Okay, see the VIN tag right up here is black?
Yep.
See that? Yeah. The other ones are silver tag. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do instead of going through all that with you, I'm going to give you a book, okay? And this book is going to educate you in what's hot and what's not.
I'm in. I'll read it.
Okay. Now, if you'll read it, you gave me a lot of books over the years with cars where, things that I could learn from. You say, here, I don't want to talk to you about it. Take this book home.
Well, here's what I know about this, and the only reason I know this is because you and I have discussed it before, and Alex knows this well. First year of motocross bars, not fold down, right?
No.
And they're black.
Yeah, no engine guard.
No engine guard.
Come over here and come down. Handlebars are different.
Exhaust is black.
Yeah, exhaust black. But it's also one of the last ones that has the steel fenders. Now, you get a little bit newer, they go to plastic fenders. Okay.
And this is first year for this color too, right?
Yeah, and really, I think it's a 1 year only color to be 100% honest. Or 2 years, whatever this series of this one is.
So this being the first year with all that stuff, less valuable or more valuable?
Less.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
I mean, but
they want the fold down bars.
I mean, right. I mean, the fold down bars are cool. The idea was behind you fold them down, you can pick the bike up, throw it in the back of your car, and haul off with it.
But I think I'd rather ride that with those bars.
Well, I mean, it's all personal preference.
Well, I think they fit better.
But seriously, the chrome handlebars that fold down and the chrome case, all that, Honda was starting to slip a little bit in the market. So they said, hey, we need to save money. Chroming costs a lot of money. You should know that from all the cars you've done.
Plating's crazy.
Well, think about doing it on a huge factory style level. Okay, so some things that they could whack off that wouldn't really affect, what the bike was.
That makes sense.
That's what they did. So they were trying to cheap it out some.
Now, is that faster than a Rupp?
Well, I tell you what, I got my Rupp here, and I'll let you see it. Okay.
Is it a 70?
And I used to just smoke these Trail 70s in my Rupp when it would run. Okay, so there's a clause there.
Okay.
Now, you got to jerk on this thing. It doesn't have a kickstart, but once you get it running, I used to just kill these guys with these Trail 70s. But I love them too. It's sort of like beating up on your sister. I mean, you love them, but you hate them at the same time.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. See?
Let's come back to this. I want to see the rock on. I can't
You
believe
really
I can't believe I've been
thing?
pronouncing this wrong all
Well,
this time.
I
Yes.
sure hope you got your dark
I wanna see it.
sunglasses on because to me this.
Oh, I'll
is
take
one
my
of
sunglasses. These are prescription, right?
Well, you need to take
So I
them
can
off
see.
because this thing is so ugly. You really don't want to see it. But you know what?
Sometimes ugly's better.
The thing about these things though is that really the Hondas were tough. I mean, they were tough bikes. These Rokons, well, I'll demonstrate something in a minute that you're really not going to believe. Okay.
What's cool about the Hondas though is they're easy to get running. Alex already got that thing running.
Well, yeah, they're easy to
The
get
yellow
running.
runs,
Yeah. But let me turn the light on so we can see in here. Really. See this thing? I mean, what's crazy about it is they were built.
You don't like that. I think it's cool.
Literally, they're so tough. I mean, you get up here, you can't flex the fenders. I mean, look how sturdy this thing is.
Yeah, they're cool. Super cool.
But the idea here, back up, let me show you something, okay?
Okay.
I want to talk about the two-wheel drives. What the difference is what they did was, when you look, see all this gear, and on the other side there's a big bunch of gear mechanism. They ran the shaft up through here, okay? It's how they did it. And then you come off with a U-joint and had a chain that ran down around this wheel. Now, they were having a lot of trouble with, when you go around the corner, the front wheel really needs to go faster than the back wheels, And this guy, I can't think of his name. But no, really, if you think about it, because when you got to go around the corner with it, with two wheels going the same speed, it would wipe out, spin out, and everything else. They're having trouble with it. But they take these things, Dennis, and they cut trails with them. And, really.
Have you watched some of the videos?
They just go over
Look
anything.
at these wheels. Did you know that they got a cover that goes over that and you store gasoline, extra gasoline, drinking water? Yeah.
Yeah, the engineering went into these things is amazing.
I mean, a friend of mine found this thing, to be 100% honest with you. A friend of mine found this thing. He calls me up. He goes, dude, I don't even know what it is. He said, but it's the ugliest mini bike I've ever seen in my life.
It looks like it's hand-built.
Yeah, they really do. It's like me and you got drunk one night and decided to build a mini bike.
So what did Chrysler have to do with it?
Chrysler, okay, what it is this is a West Bend two-stroke engine. They actually used these things on race carts back in the day as well.
Okay.
Well, Chrysler bought into the West Bend company, and some of these engines will say Chrysler on the bottom of them, and some of the early ones will say West Bend on them.
Did you know that?
But they're identical engines. There's no difference. Just Chrysler bought out the company.
Is this a 125?
These are I believe it's a 110 they call it.
Okay.
It's a 110, but I think it actually CCs are somewhere really around 112. Instead, like Honda says those are 70 series, but they actually say 72. Okay, so it's a little bit more. But man, these things are.
I like it. I think it's cool.
I mean, look at this where they put the braking all up here. I mean,
cool.
and it's all. And think about this. This is a 71, I think it is.
Well, I haven't studied these, but you said that they only made the one-wheel drive 1 year.
1 year, yes. Now, I just got on the internet and I was, poking around and I got to reading about that. They tried to compete with.
So this
Honda
is a
again.
Rock On Trail 140.
Okay, so it's a 149cc then. This is a big motor one. This has got a Hemi in it. You remember these?
Does it turn over?
Yeah, it's got fire. Do you remember these? We called them booby grips. Remember? Feel them, okay?
Yeah, so you didn't get the calluses.
Yeah, it's called booby grips. This is your kill switch. Look at this gas tank. This thing's, it's crazy.
Well, what I like is it's plastic so it doesn't rust.
No, I think it's steel.
Is it?
I think it's steel, yeah. I believe it's steel. I believe it is, yeah.
Oh, I was wrong.
It's
got some rust in it.
Yeah. All I did is I made sure that it had fire. Okay, it's extremely hard to pull over. This thing's got some serious compression, but I made sure it had fire. And wow, yes, it works. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a smart kid. How'd that feel?
It's got fire.
I didn't do that on purpose either.
But Oh, and here's something else that's kind of cool. You know, when you're going over rocks and all that, notice that each one of the pegs will float separately from the other one.
Oh, cool.
Okay?
Wow.
So when you go
So
over a
push
big...
your feet up?
Yeah, well, you got your feet on it,
Instead of
right?
breaking them off?
Yeah, and then so if you're like going over some big rocks and things like that, instead of this getting bent, it comes up like that to get out of the way and goes back down.
Do they have serial numbers on them? They use it for force, but I don't know about rock on.
Man, you got me. I can't even stand to look at it, much less find it.
So the next thing we got to find
Yo.
is a trail breaker. You got to find us one of those.
I'll find you one of those, but but here's, like I say, when you turn it upside down, you can actually see that this one says Chrysler. Okay,
Found the serial number.
you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, under the seat.
well, then it does have one. There you go. This comes up a little bit. I don't know if that helps you, but it don't come up much.
So for those guys out there that know more about these than we do,
Yes.
the serial number is.
But I'll practically give you this thing, get it out of my garage.
Cool.
I don't.
I like that.
I just flat don't like the looks of it. I'm sorry. You know. Oh, here's something else that's pretty interesting. Notice this. This is something I've never seen. Where's the muffler at, man?
14830 is the serial number. The muffler.
Yeah, where's the muffler at, guys? And it does have one.
I saw it. I'm not gonna spoil it though.
Here.
You did have a spark plug in your hand.
I'm telling you, you nailed me.
I don't see it.
See it right here? It comes down and it's this whole can back here that's in the back. Look at this. Look here. See where then it comes
okay.
out?
Yeah, I see it now.
See how they integrated it all into the construction of the bike instead of having a muffler sticking out here that would burn you?
Alex, I haven't read about these in a long time, but the engineering in this thing is crazy.
It's cool.
Go over there and look at this gear ratio business, okay? This you haven't seen yet.
That's nuts.
Look at all this. And see, this is also where they came off to go to that shaft that went up there. You can convert this. They sell a kit.
Yeah.
You can make this two-wheel drive if you want.
I think I'd rather have this one and have a two-wheel
Well, I
drive.
thought it was interesting, but I'm not in love with it. Oh, and also it has a progressive clutch, which is pretty interesting for the time. Okay, it spins and it's running, and then what happens is that when the belt's way down here, it's like it's a lower gear. When you
Like
take
a-
off,
like a go-kart.
Yeah. Then when it spins up, then it's like probably like one of golf carts. But when it spins up, then the gear gets faster and makes the back wheel go faster. And then when you come to a stop, you're back in low. It's like an automatic transmission.
That would be cool to ride around on. Wow. All right, let me see your up.
Oh man.
I don't think he wants to sell that one.
But the only thing I do with it is I ride it to the mailbox anymore. I mean, I've had this thing forever. It also
I know you have. I have seen this before. It's been a long time.
Yeah, this is this is early. Now remember, this is a 1969 Rupp Roadster. It's the only year that came with 10-inch wheels. Okay, they went to bigger wheels later. Okay, and then they also put this TC1 clutch on it, which is similar to the clutch over there, so it takes off real quick and then a Hall's button, when you get revved up.
See that we're learning now.
You want to see
Only your 10-inch
You want
wheels.
to see something cool? Look back here at the back, guys. Look right here. You'll really dig this. Look at the phone number and all that.
Wow, this thing came out of New York, and the phone number is a 5-digit phone number.
Yes.
That's cool. Wow. That was a 4-digit phone number on that 59 VW panel van, wasn't it?
Yeah. I want you to look at something else. Notice that these are Rupp script tires. Rupp trails. Right on. These are the original tires on my bike.
Is this stuff in reproduction if you're going to restore one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those tires are extremely expensive, though.
I bet.
There's nothing. I tell you, the things that are expensive on this bike is the exhaust, which we all took a hacksaw to, but I didn't. Okay. Things like front fenders, back fenders, all that stuff that we would have chopped off the bike as a kid. We all did it, right?
I love the Springer front forks.
Yeah, and it's also that's kind of that was an advancement for Mickey Rupp too. Is that everything on this bike is not subbed out and bought anywhere. Okay?
Right, there's a mini bike that went up because this was a Briggs & Stratton rigid frame,
It was just
nothing.
it was just ugly. I mean, it was just
That is so
about
cool.
like that, just motor and frame and tires. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is really cool.
Normally, it'll always start on the third pull. I'll start it for you in a minute.
It's got the Rupp sticker on it. Now,
Yeah, oh yeah, and underneath here,
I think you're going to show me what I'm asking.
it's been years, but I'm going to show you anyway, but I'm going to be very careful with this. Most of these are gone because the original seats get, of course, trashed over the years, right?
So this is going to be like our Polaris Star Car.
Okay.
the serial number on the star car was decal only, and they're all worn off. Remember?
We'll put this.
I don't think this has got a stamp number on the frame.
It's right
Does it, Thomas?
there.
Oh, wow.
There's your serial number still on it.
Now, so if that decal's gone, you don't know which one it is.
No. It's just like any of the British cars. You run that number, you know what.
So what does the C stand for?
I don't know.
Okay. So this is serial number 163112.
Yeah, and if you
So
run that,
they made a ton of these things then.
there wasn't a ton of them, but yeah, he was selling them. He was selling them now. Western Auto was selling them for him. Every place, Auto Parts was selling them for him. Kmart was selling them for him. He even had what's that big mall place? Not J.C. Penney, but
Sears.
No, not Sears sold them, and
Montgomery Ward.
Montgomery Ward sold them, and then but there was a
They gotta be even close.
I can't forget. I mean I done forgot actually, but it was what's that big fancy mall for ladies? I mean a store for ladies out there at the mall. What is it? No, it wasn't Holstrom.
J.C. Penney?
No, not J.C. Penney. That's my girlfriend. Went to J.C. Penney.
I don't know.
Oh God, I'll think of it in a minute.
So
But
I
anyway.
don't think we've seen these in all our travels except for at Liberty Firearms.
Yeah. You want to see if it'll run?
Absolutely.
Let's see if it'll run. And now normally it'll crank on about the
Now what
third.
CC is this, Thomas?
Well, believe it or not, this comes out to about 175. I mean, so it's a big motor.
It is big.
And Mickey Rupp even put one on here that had a 6-horse engine that hung out the side.
Well, so this should beat that Trail 70 then.
Oh, well, you want to find out?
Yeah, I'll race it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on, brother.
I'm not scared.
If I can get this thing
Or
started.
Alex, whoever wants to ride it.
Usually it's the third pull that tries to start. God, it didn't start.
Stage fright.
Oh my God.
No, I mess with the switch. Does that matter?
It's fixing to go. I'll take the switch off. God, it's not gonna run. See, this was what was much better, on a Honda. You had a kickstarter. God, it's not gonna run. I cannot believe it. Come on. Oh, there we go.
Standing.
There we go. Now see, once you got it running, you're too tired to ride it anyway.
Sounds good.
Oh, it runs real good. Give it a minute to warm up. Here. Now these are your brakes.
Okay.
Okay? Woo! That's got way more power than I thought. I broke the cable. Did you break it? Yeah. You already broke it.
Hey, that was only
Man,
for 1 minute.
seriously?
Broke the brakes.
You know, earlier when you asked, did it make parts for them? I guess you get to find out.
So I mean, I gotta buy it now since I broke it?
You broke it, you buy it.
I'm in. I did that on purpose.
I guess you did. That is cool. You broke the thing off the end. I think you can sort of that back. You put the cable to it and sort it at the top.
Where's the ignition? How do you kill it?
Right there, that button. Like that.
That is cool.
Now pull it one time, see if it'll start.
That's got way more power than I thought.
There you go. Once it's running, you're good.
I'm driving again. We ain't got no brakes
I
now.
know, right? I'm still gonna race it.
Okay.
Now, one thing you're gonna find out is that Mickey Rupp has this problem with where's the kickstand?
It doesn't have one, does it?
No, I lost it years ago.
What's your prediction? You know way more about mini bikes than I do. You say the Rupp's faster, right?
We'll see.
Okay.
I think we should start off right here. Come here. See where the shadow's at?
Yeah.
Start right here, and where are we gonna race to? Let's set something out. Okay, we'll race to. That way we got plenty of room to slow down.
You're gonna have to veer off to the right or the left, Thomas. You don't have any brakes.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I'll live long enough anyway.
You go to the right and I go to the left.
Okay, I've lived long enough anyway. I don't worry about it.
I want a rematch.
One more.
Just a second, I'll need to set you out some. I'm gonna set you out some.
a row. Somehow I think you knew what was going to happen.
Well,
I think you said
you know,
that.
I don't want to take a knife to a gunfight, so you got it.
Well,
Good
guess
run
what?
though. Hey, good run though. The last two,
Thank you,
yours
sir.
a lot closer.
All right, well, I'll take them both.
All right, if they're all yours, then I guess you guys.
I didn't
line
think he'd
them
tell
up.
me that, but he's
Sweet.
going to.
Yeah, well, you know, we're going out with a win, so take care of the old man.
You know what? Thanks for a fun day.
Yes, I hope you had a good. I had a great time with you.
It's always
Hey, it's
fun.
normally every time we get together, it's business. You know.
Well, today was learning. These two guys are listening. They're soaking it up.
Yeah. You know, I love sponges. I really do. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I like guys that'll soak up what we've learned in our past and put it in their head, then take it forward and make it even better. Yeah.
You got time to go to It Isn't Pies with us today, or you got too much work
I got
to do?
something. I really need to get fiddlesticks running back there, so I'm more. You know, I got brakes to do and all that. So
He just said it.
Uh,
One of these days, we're going to show you guys Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
A legendary street raw from Dallas.
I'm going to show you this car.
But it's not today.
Yeah, not today.
All right, let's go eat.
Here.
So check this out. Cannot make this up. Dorito King Ranch chicken. Look at the Doritos. It's like they knew I was coming today. Wow, that's really good. Squash casserole. Look at that big old piece of squash. Very good, and Spanish fries. I think we found a really neat place out here in Quinlan. I gotta have another bite of this Dorito. We found a cool place. So I got salted caramel cake, even though we're at Ain't Just Pies 2 or something like that. We'll get the name out front. They specialize in pies, but I got salted caramel cake.
Looks good.
Wow, it's really good. I'll let you have a bite. I'll save it.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great lunch so far. I also ordered a pimento cheese sandwich on sourdough. I'm really hungry today.
I see that.
Well, I just finished my Dorito King Ranch, squash casserole, Spanish rice, and half of my salted caramel cake. And now I've got pimento cheese sandwich on sourdough bread. That looks great. And it is great. Love a good fresh pimento cheese sandwich. Look at that. Sorry, not waiting on you guys. I guess they knew who was paying today. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Little blue cheese salad, top things off. I'm gonna go home and take a nap while you guys unload the 3 mini bikes and the 57 go-kart.
One might be missing.
Hope not. So you didn't think we could come to It Ain't Just Pie 2 without trying the pies, can you?
I'm ready.
So let me give you a quick background on Mama Pie, who's actually here today. She has won State Fair, Texas State Fair Best Pie 15 times, and she won the national contest with Pillsbury, which is a big deal for Best Pie in the U.S. So here's what we got. Buttermilk, which I happen to love, coconut, and turtle. You try the turtle.
I like the turtle.
I'll do the buttermilk. I'm gonna try the turtle, but I'm allergic to pecans, so I have to dig around it.
I don't think that's how it works.
I mean, this is literally made by one of the best pie makers in the world. It is outstanding.
That's good.
Buttermilk is great. Coconut is great. I'm gonna have to dismantle the turtle a little bit. Does it have pecans all through it?
Pretty much.
I'll figure it out. Wow. I think there is a difference when people make pies that actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think I like the turtle the best.
Really?
Yeah, they're all really good. So It Ain't Just Pie 2 on Highway 34 in Quinlan. Great sandwiches, King Ranch Dorito, which was really cool, chicken, and great pies. Can't beat it.
Thank you.
Man, that was great. It's so cool to find these hidden gems in these small towns. It's one of the reasons we do Coffee Walk.
Come here, I got something I want to show you, man. Back in the day, when you went down to Honda and you bought a new mini bike, motorcycle, whatever, right? Yeah. Well, they knew we was going to scratch them up, right? So every bike got a can of touch-up paint to go with it.
Oh, cool.
Okay. And if you look at this, you see it says made in Japan and the Japanese writing. See, this was the candy tone gold ones. I know you've seen the gold Trail 70s. And see the little, see this on top? That's the color. That's the little paint chip.
That's
but
cool.
I got 3 or 4 of these. Okay, that I picked up over the years. Every once in a while, you'll find one. You know that the guys didn't use the can fill. That one's still full.
Oh wow!
I want you to have it. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, man. You come out here and all this heat and everything.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
I want you to have it, brother. Oh,
thank you.
And I got one more thing for you. You remember when you and Dennis was up there buying this 428 Cobra Jet Mach 1 and you saw this, I think it was a Shelby model, it was a black Shelby model, remember? Yep. Well, me and you spoke after that and I made you a promise that I think I had that model. Yeah. Well, I didn't have the exact same one, okay? But I do have this 428 Cobra Jet.
That's so cool though.
Okay, and I'm sorry I didn't have the exact one, but I did make you a promise.
Awesome.
Okay? And if I know you, you'll take care of this forever. You know, I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's a black. I thought it was cool because it had like torque thrust wheels on it, the original stripe. I thought it was gorgeous. I've had it for a long time, but I think it's time to find a new lover of it. Okay.
Awesome.
Would you like to have that?
Thank you.
You're welcome, there, bro. I know it's got a scratch on the top of it. That was probably when I was a kid. I crashed it. Yeah, I got patina, right. Well, it's got the rear spoiler and the stripes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I always thought those wheels were cool, you know. Now y'all find them with the 20s on them. It's ugly, you know. But anyway, I want you to have it. Watch out, those front wheels will fall off. You need to glue them back on. I crashed it a few times, but just when you get a chance, glue the front wheels back onto it. They will fall off.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it.
As always, please
Like, tag, share, and follow, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week.